maybe one of the most historic videos in history getting shot right now. So I shoot this every year on October 5th at the Spiral. That's the Great Salt Lake. You can see, by the way, this video will be in the Smithsonian. It's the only video ever shot at the perfect level of the jetty besides the one that Smithson shot, with his helicopter. So, okay, this is 8 years ago. By the way, the car that pulls up in this video is Bill Gates and Bill Gates' father's. I never met him in my life. Artist. The Ice Cube in the Desert, McDougal. His wife's the Guggenheim Seattle curator. And I'm talking in this video about, I was full of cancer.
Came around the corner. It's a long trek getting out here.
It is a long trek.
Long trek.
Okay.
Even though I live as
okay, now stay with me. So let's go back here. So I just got back from there. By the way, I don't know how my old beater made it. And let me give you some background, then I'll show you this.
Calling you a radical. We're out here at the Spiral Jetty, and I
there
met
it is
this
now.
young woman, and
8 years. Now this is important.
And she says, "I'm a cancer survivor." Guess what she has? Look at this.
It don't get more Utah than this. 2 cancers. Look at that.
So you had childhood thyroid cancer, right?
Yeah.
Tell them where you grew up.
In Blanding, Utah.
Go figure. What's it down? Well, they're restarting open air tests in.
Yeah.
She knew what gave it to her.
McAdams he sponsored the bill to try to block it, but they're already doing it. So you had thyroid cancer as a child?
Yeah, at 10.
At 10.
Mm-hmm.
So in Utah, we call that the Utah smiley face. Of course, in Europe, we call that the Chernobyl necklace. So of course, I have a bullet wound here.
Anyway, let's go back to some of these other videos. If I can find it.
How good is that road on the way out here?
Very, very soft. Very bumpy.
It's a catastrophe. I lost my phone on the way out here.
My old beater.
But anyway,
look at that. Look at that.
You that
look at that.
8 years ago, I shot a video to this day right there on the edge, right there at the perfect.
It's miles away.
It's miles away. It's collapsed 60%.
Literally miles.
8 years. This is the.
Hey, let's go back.
October 5th, 2020. I do it every year, October 5th. I was here when Smith built it.
Let's get back here.
It's a catastrophe. So how do you think you got that?
She knew how she got it. She said, I grew up in Blanding. She said uranium tailings, uranium mines. She knows what a downwinder is. And she says, my mom and dad were in denial. By the way, I'm a 1%er, so she. Okay, back again. 8 years to the day. Okay. Eight years to the day. So, see if I got some. Yeah, that's what we got right there. That's Utah for us, right? Go team. That's today. That's today. That's it today. It's literally miles away. You can see it. Here we go. So they'll be calling you a radical. It's October 5th, 2020. I do this on the 5th. I don't know how I got out here. It's 3 miles an hour. The road is a catastrophe. Before the state got involved, it used to be a good road. It's a nightmare. You'll ruin your car. So anybody that tells you flake has been dropping for you, climate change. You tell me. So now, okay, let's stop this. So let me give you some background. So Smithson, the environmental art. His wife did the sun tunnels. She recently passed. But Smithson, in 1970, rolls into Brigham City, right by my grandparents' house, Abe and Ella's house. They're dirt contractors. Bob Phillips, he's the guy running the thing. I love that guy. He's recently passed. Worked for Parsons. Jack Parsons just died too. I have a pin that Jack made for my grandpa. But anyway, the Whitakers, the Hunsick, they're all the same clan. But anyway, my dad's like, you want to go meet this artist? Come with us out here. There's no road. In his old pickup. Smithson patted me on the head. I remember he looked a lot like my dad. But anyway, he made that because the lake goes red because the ballast down West 12th Street, the trestle by my house, which I have a vase. I just went to a show right here. Durer made me that vase out of it. 20 years later, I just run into him at the Bertha Eccles house. Right here. I'm loading this at the Weber County Library. And so, the trestle, they tore the wood one out. Well, they didn't tear it out, but they left it there. It was there till 2000. The guy that tore it out, he drowned at the end in 2001. But they put the ballast one in there in the 1950s, 60s. Just continually sinks. It's sealed off the lake. It blocked the flow. One side is lower than the other, and one side would go bright red. Smithson flew over the lake on a flight, probably to California, and he saw it. And he's like, whoa. You know, this is when the psychedelic era was on. So, by the way, whoo, that video, he made it for that video. So they roll into town, you know, round up everybody, let's just go do it. Bang, 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 2 days does it. That's Bob Phillips driving it. You know, Grant Busenberg, you know, Mr. Whitaker, my uncle, Abe Hunsaker the fourth, my dad, all of them out there. Those guys build it. Smithson was killed shortly thereafter in the pit in Texas, New Mexico, doing in the pit. Hi, Arnie. So anyway, it went underwater. The lake flooded. Go up over the freeway in 83, 84. So he wrote in his journal that his master plan that he wanted to tote an island around Manhattan. I went to Manhattan when his wife did it. You know, she did the sun tunnels. So I'm standing there. There's a video that's on YouTube. I'm standing right there. She toured the island. But anyway, Smithson hated museums. Hated me. Anti-museum. So 2011, before I get cancer, I go out there every year. It's one of my favorite places. Used to be. It's destroyed now, which I said that would happen when they built that road. There's no road. You just kind of went on dirt tire tracks out there, blah, blah, you know, ranchers. There was no gravel road. You just kind of went through the sagebrush, and there's some old dirt tire track. Fine, just go slow, nice and easy. So they get inside the Utah hippie crit, freaking University of Utah, right where the debate's going to be tomorrow. I'll be there, Kamala Harris, or Wednesday, with my Fukushima sign. So they decide they're going to put a road. I'm like, no, Smithson would hate it. He was anti-museum. That was his whole genre. Oh, no. And I said, don't do it. So they did it. You know, I was in the bone marrow transplant at LDS. And tell me this. What gets more Utah than this? A video at the Spiral Jetty where the girl from Blanding, Utah has the best Utah smiley face scar I've... That's what we call them, the thyroid cancer. The only known cause from that thyroid cancer is nuclear fallout. The uranium, she says she knew how she got it. Oh yeah, she's my mom and dad running out. Everybody down there gets it. My little nephew got it. He was living down there. I mean, they all get it. Everybody down there gets it. I'm in the bone marrow transplant at LDS. And southern Utah makes up maybe 5% of the Utah population, if that. Yet, the bone marrow transplant at LDS on any given day, well over 50% are all from down southern Utah. 350 open air tests. Oh, we forgot. Let's go to Moab. Okay. Let's move to St. George. Mama Kay Brody, whose house is right here, she moved to St. George. Big mistake. Got her. Everybody that moves down there, he gets them. So, they're all moving to Mesquite now. Talk about a death hellhole. So radioactive. What gets more Utah than this? Kevin Blanch, a 1%er. And again, I cannot overstate this. It's so true. Us 1% cancer survivors are like magnets. I don't know how it works, the magnetism. We find each other. My old beat up freak. So the new road they put out there, they graveled it. It's the most fucked up road in the world. It's so washy. You literally have to go I don't know how my old beater, I just says, it's the 5th. I don't have enough money really to rent a car, blah, blah. I don't want, if I'd ruin rent a car out there anyway, I'd be in trouble. So just go. I'm like, there ain't no way I'm making it back out of here. Oh my God. It's 16 miles of dirt road, and that dirt road will destroy your car. Just the dirt road alone will take you 2 hours. Exhausting, stressed out. I don't even have a fucking spare tire. You know, blow out. Just go. Lost my front. Oh, done. But I got it. It's the 5th. And I do it every year. It's undeniable proof of climate change. Not go rake up the forest, you know, the fires. And this is important. You saw the 2012 video. It's right there. You know, this is important.
So they'll be calling you a radical. It's October 5th, 2020. I do this on.
So the state will tell you been going on. I'm like, no, and I'll send them my video. Liars. By the way, that video of mine is the best video ever shot in the history of the Spiral. Bottom on, dig and dig, and I'll challenge any one of you. It's perfect. And when I was in Bone Rises, I got to get out and have a picnic at the jetty. October's one of my favorite things to do because the skies go crystal clear blue. It's stunning around here. Not anymore. And it's not smoke in the air. It's dust. It's the molded grapes of wrath. I predicted all this. Play back the tape, Your Honor. I've been calling it the molded grapes of wrath since 2011. The lake was at perfect levels at 2012. I also have videos out of outline when I came out of the bone marrow transplant center in 2012 when Nora died of AML, the same thing that I did the day that she died, who made Silkwood. She died of AML. Don't you think Meryl Streep make a statement on that? Think about the odds of that. Whoa. So, lakes at perfect levels in 2012. You know how much water from the western United States ends up in the Great Salt Lake? From the whole western, the Great Basin? It's the thumbprint. It will tell you everything. Go rake up the forest, huh? I guess we rake up the lake. So they'll tell you, oh no, it's just the farmers. We have a plan. These, you know, it's Utah. The developers denying fucking freaks. From 2012, when that video was shot, to 2020, my work proves that less than 8% more water is taken out of rivers for, you know, making snow at Powder Mountain, at Snow Basin, at farmers. Less than 8%. The lake has collapsed over 60%. You know how big that body of water is? Oh, it's gigantic. So, you know, and I tag that in those videos. They're there. It's historic. This could be one of the most important videos ever shot. It's proof of climate change. It didn't happen for 8 years. The lake lives and breathes. It can lose up to 18 inches a day. I grew up on it. I know every inch of it. The greatest wetlands on... When you drive through Brigham City, that sign, the greatest wild bird refuge on earth. My uncle Jack Allen, by the way, he was the actor from Hollywood. He was one of the Little Rascals. My 8th grade history book, his picture was on the cover. He ran it. It would take your breath away when you was a kid, the birds. The greatest marsh on... Gone. No one gives a fuck around here. RT reports that 68% of all animals have been killed by humans and 50%. So this is proof of climate change. Here's the other thing. You can argue about climate change all you want. It's just a fact that it's fucking acutely happening in epic. All these fires, the whole Western United States. Now what caused it? There's your argument. Fukushima is the acute. I predicted all. It's going to cause a heat bubble over the Western United States. Oh, coincidence. Tide pools go dead. Coincidence. Starfish gone. Coincidence. Dead salmon on cue. On cue. I'm like, they'll collapse in 2016. They go to sea. Chinook. On cue. Coincidence. All coincidences. Coincidence don't get inside. That's what I do with science. Historic video. Thank you everybody for this support. I'm tired of being broke and poor. You know, because the academians, you see any Weber State, Utah State, University of Utah, any of these guys making all this money? Oh, they're too busy teaching? Really? Teaching what? Their online class with their feet up on the air? Lazy fuckers. It's unarguable proof. I already sent this video to the governor's office and the so-called Utah Environmental Quality, which is the most corrupt bunch of liars in history around here. So, there it is. The before and after. 8 years. It goes from the perfect level to, I mean, you saw the video. It's miles away. Miles. It's the proof. It's the smoking gun of climate change. Unarguable. Unarguable. It doesn't matter about your dogma. Unarguable proof. Kevin Blanch. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick, the artist, the scientist. Unarguable proof. Now I know why my intuitive mind when I was in the bone marrow transplant center dying. And by the way, again, what gets more Utah than that? This young, beautiful female from southern Utah. By the way, the other one, the best, we call them the Chernobyl necklace. They're all over Vienna. Bree, who watches all these videos, she'll watch this. I tell her all the time in Vienna. It rained in Vienna right after Chernobyl. I says, you got the best Chernobyl necklace I ever saw. Gosh, she says, all my friends died of thyroid cancer. Same in Utah. She's young, this girl. Whoa. She's a 1%. We cocked after. What gets more Utah than that? 2, AML leukemia, full of AML blood cancer, thyroid cancer scar per meeting and talking at Spiral Jetty on the collapsed ecology of the Great. Don't get more fucking Utah than that. What a historic video.
So they'll be calling you a radical. It's October 5th, 2020. I do this on the 5th.